they don't take it or they don't want food, water, and stuff, it's fine. They want to be more independent. Just let them do their thing. You don't force your way into it. All right, we got them all their needs. Now let's try to help them go forward. It's gonna be not easy from now on, just so you know. So create a resume, and then put out a whole bunch of job applications. Do not be picky with this at all, especially if they have a record. What are you gonna do after that? You gotta find somewhere stable to live at, a shelter plan. Where are you gonna go? There's other programs. I don't know wherever area you're in. I don't know the likelihood of them getting in one. I know there's some more for women and children or families, but if you're a single guy with a record, basically your only thing is for the shelter, or a buddy or family. That's why we went through it in the first step. Program enrollment. Make sure the same or a good support group. Get them out of the environment and their buddies. I mean, I see people code switch all the time when they talk to me versus somebody else who they've done some substances with. So biggest thing just to get them out of that environment. People who want to help. And there's a whole bunch of people who want to help, volunteer or paid. Anything's better than the situation they're at right now, at least for a path forward. And execution. So all of that kind of jumped through that quick, but that's kind of a process, especially if you're working a lot. But they're going to need a bank account, obviously, to get paid. Help them find some affordable housing. There are a lot of programs there for everybody. And then that might have to be in a halfway house. Otherwise, uh, they have programs where it's reduced and then it's based off income and stuff. But, the biggest part of if you actually are going to try to get them a job, uh, probably going to need a haircut. They're going to need a computer or they need to go to the library to set up a resume and fill out all the other job applications. I put myself as a reference for CAM, but references are probably going to be hard to find. Large gap in job experience, which is why we're going for the lower, high churn jobs just to get them started. And, they're going to ask, what's a good phone number to contact you at? Um, Good luck with that. Sometimes there's free phone programs, or some people can acquire them so they can get a phone. But email, if all goes to worst, no phone is an option. You can always do email and just have them check in each day library. It'll be good test for their responsibility and see how focused they are to do it. Then they're also going to make sure they need to be clean and have clothes. So I think you can put two and two together there. And which ways you can help them out. Same thing with the address. Get creative with it. There's not really a how-to. There's so many variants in it. But you'll figure it out if you're motivated to. Then we're going to put them on the living strategies, which was made in another video. But cheap living strategies, general principles, kind of run through this quick because there's already another video. Once they're stable, have a job, cheap housing, just put them on this. Buy everything used, try to fix it up in bad condition. You can look on Facebook Marketplace for literally anything cheap. Otherwise, you get into manager special at Cub Food, you go into Walmart, and you go into Goodwill to get clothes. Don't waste anything, especially food, because people die for that. But don't waste food because you're wasting money too. Wear out items completely before getting something else. Sew your stuff and make sure once they get a car, not to change it out. Like run when you get a car, run until the wheels fall off. Don't try to do just make it simple. Don't try to do like I'll trade it in this that. Cheapest car is gonna be 10 years old because the registration tabs are gonna be cheaper. Higher mileage, I would just recommend getting a Honda, Toyota, or Mazda. I have a Mazda, but I don't know what they get after 150. I've heard they're good for 200,000 miles. Hondas and Toyotas definitely are those. So those are the big dogs. Free food sources. Once again, the shelter. Otherwise, if they get out of that, college clubs. You can get creative with that if you don't go to college. Otherwise, hotel too. But leftover food at work events, you could do this as well. So you're helping somebody out. Somebody gives me leftovers at one of my jobs because they know I'm friends with Cam, so I'll go bring it to Cam. Eventually, the go-to guy. If you don't want to eat it, somebody else will. So even if you're not helping anybody out directly, just take the food and then go hand it out. If you're in a big city and there's homeless people, like people gotta eat. But I would do it in small groups. Don't go to like Tent City because a lot of weird stuff happens at Tent City. Facebook Marketplace. Once again, always go on Facebook Marketplace. A lot of cheap stuff there. Transportation could be hard, so try to get them to drop it off. Free clothing. Talked about this before. Friends, family will give you free clothing. Don't ask for it, but if they have extra stuff, they're going to throw it away. You can try to snag that. Eventually, you're the go-to guy, and you can just give it out to people with need. Otherwise, if you're in the dorms of college, try to go in the garbage rooms. I know it sounds strange. Like you don't have to go dumpster diving, but sometimes people just throw clothes away in there. Use it, bring it to Plato's Closet, give it to people. It doesn't really matter. Just goes back to the general principles of not wasting anything. Housing options. It's very job dependent, but you can sleep in the office. I've done it before, but it's not really normal unless you own your own business. Couch surf, family, friends, car. If they have a car, they can literally sleep in a car. Not that bad. You just want to make sure you have a sleeping bag and a blanket. Put the blanket down, put the back 2 seats down, jump in your sleeping bag, and you're good to go. It only sucks when it's really hot outside. Then they'll eventually find somewhere to park so that they're safe. Put some curtains up or, hang up some towels and stuff for a little bit of privacy too so you don't have people looking in. And parks. This guy was more for just anybody. This is stuff that I've done before. But pretty sure they're going to be professionals at staying in the parks. Once they're done with that, I won't go through the whole thing. This is just some examples of things you can get and now you can buy once you go from like free to super cheap to just being cheap. So won't go through the whole thing. There's already a video of this all breaking down. I went to the last one in full. So then once you get stable, you can start looking into role models. This is a huge thing in role models that I've looked up to in different aspects of life. Obviously split between health and fitness, finance and business, mindset, productivity. And when I actually help people, I refer to these guys a lot because they help me in my own life. So I help them through that. So once they're stable and making progress, give them whoever you have for role models. Otherwise, this is a good start here for who to watch and what. Once all that's taken care of, then you can have some fun. You can have fun along the way, but then you can look into other stuff. Here are some examples of like some comedians that I like looking at. And yeah, I'm going to make another video on the last 2 slides here, role models. Go more in depth about it. But Gamma made the last couple paragraphs, so video's kind of getting long, and yeah, the content's kind of degrading, so I'm just going to end it there. But thanks for watching.